lyric breakdown, Candles on Fire. Timmy Chalamet, I don't know if you know him, but he's an actor. He's getting a lot of love, so he's considered attractive. So he said I'm ugly, but I act like Timmy Chalamet, like he's got that confidence. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but obviously, validation is essentially getting approval from people. Like you're posting out your music so that people say it's good, and that's what validation is. It's getting people to essentially act as proof that what you're doing is good. So he's like, I hate these guys. Why am I trying to get them to validate me? And obviously, he's referring to his haters. They're obviously typical in school, show and tell. I had to show him, don't tell. So essentially, I'm done with the talking. I'm just going to show you guys my music. And obviously, I don't know, that could be a reference to the fact that he took a whole year off. So obviously, he didn't really talk much about it. Just show him, don't tell. Odell is an American football, or yeah, is American football player. Um, he's a, I think, I don't pay that much attention to American football, but I think he's a receiver. Anyways, he essentially they throw the ball and he catches it. So I'd be catching all this shade, so all the hate. They be calling me Odell. Uh, that's pretty obvious, you know. Some people have water breaks in a marathon, you know, but this essentially, I took a quick break for the long run. That's really the best way to put it. Obviously, he took that break, so quick water break in a marathon. He's focusing on the long run, but he's saying turn the cameras on, like I'm ready now. Again, it's pretty obvious. You light candles. Obviously, you see in movies and stuff, or just in real life, when you light candles to kind of set the mood. Sometimes you have scented candles, but he's saying you don't even need to light the candles. I set the mood. I'm that guy. I don't know, but if you go to airports, you obviously have your luggage that you put into the plane. Obviously, they take it and they put it in the plane, and then you have the luggage that you carry with you all the time. That's like your backpack, or just your little suitcase, one that you carry with you the entire time you take onto the plane yourself and stuff like that. That's called a carry-on. So all this baggage that's going over their heads is his bars. That's the baggage, but it's going over our heads like we're not getting it. So he keeps it underneath how he carries on. So he just puts that to the side like a carry-on, because that's like the airport, right? And then obviously can't see without the cameras on. Some people are just he's essentially referring to those who don't have a voice without a platform to be standing on. So yeah, he's talking about his voice. That's another five. Well, essentially Milan is a hot country, but he's saying he's too hot for Milan. He had to add the AC. Sorry, Milan's a city, not a country. But AC is obviously like air conditioner. However, AC Milan is a football team. So he's used the wordplay of all those stuff and put it into one. Taking shots, referring to the haters, they're taking shots at me. I just say cheese, essentially saying that I can take the hate. It's not getting to me. I just say cheese. I'm with you. Synesthesia is a word for essentially like it's exactly what he's done. Like you smell colors, or you hear thoughts or stuff. That's what synesthesia is. So he's saying I smell green, referring to money. I smell green. That's synesthesia. And then the next line, growing up, I'm already too old for Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia is I think he was a comedian. I'm not too sure, but essentially, he was exposed for being a paedophile. So he's saying, growing up, I'm already too old for Chris D'Elia, because he's not. He's growing up, but he's still not that old. But he's taken a shot He's just kind of mocking the whole Chris D'Elia situation for him being a paedophile. I'm ready to alter this guy. Um, and then yeah, voila, it disappeared. Obviously, magic trick. Again, just continuing the mocking. That's another thing. He flashlight in the dark. How people go and get behind him. He's essentially supposed to be the flashlight. How are people going to get behind him? Because obviously, if you're behind him, there's no light. You can't say he's the light, so you're in front, but you want to get behind him. You want to support him, but you want to be. Some people want to be part of both. They want to be behind him, pretend they're supporting, but they're also in front, and the viewers. And then yeah, that line just then, because this is off the top of my head. That line just then, I didn't understand. So you can drop that in the comments. I've been gassed up. That's why they don't hold a candle to me. Obviously, carbon dioxide is what helps to make fire, and then obviously when you have a fire, the gas goes up. So I've already been gassed up. There's no need to hold the candle to me. Like I'm already gassed, and obviously gas is a slang word for like I'm hype. Like I'm gassed up. Like um, masked up way before it was a standard duty. That's linking back to the gas because obviously like you wear a mask, and then obviously that's linking to the whole COVID situation, standard duty, or if you have to wear a a mask, but he's already been masked up because obviously he's gassed up, and there's reference that's a bit dark as well, but come on, I'm sure that makes sense. Black Hawk came in this stuff, put my sticks in the ground, so I'm sorry, but you can't remove me, so saying I'm here to stay. That's a link to Red Dot, his song on voice memo. So they put the red dot back on his head. In fact, it never left, saying obviously he's being active again. So he's like, they're gonna come for me again. If a gold plaque, I want a platinum instead. A gold plaque is obviously what you get on YouTube when you reach a million subs. So he's like, you know what, forget that, because right now he's already got a gold plaque because he's already hit a million subs, I think. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, he's saying forget that. I want a platinum, but referring to music because obviously a platinum record is what you get when you obviously your a song reaches a certain number, or an album reaches a certain number. So he's saying forget the gold plaque, forget the YouTube stuff. It's the music grind right now. But he's saying it won't matter no less. Like either way, I'm winning. Okay, so all my nights sleepless, but my dreams still vivid. All my nights sleepless because he's working hard, so he's not sleeping. I'm just working, I'm just working. So that's what he means by sleepless nights. He's working all night, but my dreams still vivid. A vivid is like vivid means very clear. So dreams still vivid. So he's having sleepless nights. He's working very hard because the dream is so clear. He knows exactly what he wants, and that's why he's not sleeping, but he's dreaming. So that's good wordplay. And then Hall getting deeper, but the team's still winning. Okay, that could be I'm getting the more I get into this, so I'm falling more. But I don't really know how to interpret that line. But maybe my brain just gone for that one. Let me look around. Like, will you please love me? Again, that kind of links back to the validation, because when you make certain tunes, the people kind of look at you differently. So look around, like, will you please still love me? and then end up in the ground, will they still think of me? And then that's obviously referring to death, like when he dies, will the people still think of him? But that all the lines link to each other because he's talking about sleeping, and then obviously death is like eternal sleeping, and then hole getting deeper, which links to the grave of when you die, and then so it's, do you get what I'm saying? See how it's all brought, and then let me look around. Will you please still love me? And then end up in the ground. So they all linked to the theme of essentially his his impact as a whole when he dies or when he's gone, stuff like that. We still think of me, and then obviously when he's here, how we think of him now, how we look at him. Obviously, games incorporate a lot of currency, or you go up levels, numbers, levels are in numbers, or if you're playing a game with points, points are in numbers. So it's all a game. These people just a number of me. I'm getting, my numbers are going up, and then obviously previously ain't anybody laughing, but it still feels funny to me. Obviously what he just said is just dark, so no one's laughing, but he's saying it feels funny because obviously you view sad thoughts differently. Sometimes you're sad about it, sometimes you just laugh at it. Like, so it's the whole situation is sad, but at the same time it's funny. Do you get what I'm saying? No matter how I feel, you could bet I'll give them something to see. So whether I'm down, whether I'm hype, whether I'm gassed up, whether I'm being ignorant or not, still give them something to see. Like it's still going to be entertaining, it's still going to be fights, still going to be good. So, and then underneath, what's the price of living comfortably? And I guess he's kind of hitting at, in general, rappers just, they're not, we think they're comfortable, but they're not, because a lot of the time, and it links to a bar he said in It's All a Game, where he's like, the more I can't remember specifically, but he said the more I get sad, the more they want to hear me, so I could never win. You, him, I want everything. You get what I'm saying? Like, so he's just talking about his position in general. These all these bars. It sounds ignorant, but he's really talking about his position in these bars. All these numbers mind numbing to me, so it's gone so hard that he's not even thinking about it anymore. It's nothing to him, which is ironic because the numbers are going up. So again, it's wordplay. The numbers are going up, but it's nothing to him because it's done it so long that he's not even thinking about it. Tailored obviously is when they custom make, so he's custom making with big pockets. But big pockets is a reference. It's connoted to money. You got big pockets. You got a lot of money. I don't give him much room when they talking trash. Essentially saying, which you see how he's played with the words. So he's got big pockets, which implies that there's more room to talk trash, but there's less because it really just means he has more money. So when they're talking trash, they just kind of sound like haters because, like, I'm getting the bag though. So Taylor with big pockets, so I don't give them much room when they talking trash. So if it sounds weird, like, wouldn't it be small pockets? Nah, because that would mean less money. So he's really played with the words there.